It just had to be a Villa player, didn't it? It just had to be. You could have picked anyone. And it had to be a Villa player. But you know what? I don't care. And we're going to talk about it shortly in this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And let's get into it. So it's 1 in, 1 out at Blues. Fran Villalba has been missing his girlfriend desperately. So he's gone back to Spain. He's playing for Almeria now on loan till the end of the season. And that looks like it's freed up a little bit of wages or something. Because on the same day, it's been heavily rumoured by good old John Percy that Scott Hogan will be joining the Blues on loan to the end of the season. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know. Let's get into it after this quick shout out from our sponsors over at OneFootball. Just want to say a big shout out to our friends over at OneFootball. It's the ultimate platform for football fans across the world with everything you need from scores, fixtures, player stats, articles and social posts all in one place. If you want to check it out, you can download it using the first link in the description. Right, so seriously, we're looking at Scott Hogan. And a lot of us, our initial reaction is like, it's Villa, no thank you, I don't want that player. But then a part of me thinks, look at it, we're Blues, we're flirting with the relegation zone a little bit, we're saying hello, we've slipped into the DMs of them, and I don't want to have another season where we end up having a last day survival or I mean, because if it happens again, we're sure to go down. Like, we've survived 3 times. I don't want it to happen. I don't want to talk about it. So, when I first saw this link, a lot of things went through my mind. First of all, I was like, Villa. Second of all, I was like, if you take away that he's at Villa or whatever, you take it away. He was very good at Brentford. He had his loan spell at Sheffield United, didn't work. Loan spell at Stoke, didn't work. And now he's got the opportunity at Blues, it seems. The thing is, we know that there's a good player in there. We know there is. We know he's a goal scorer. And we know a goal scorer is what we've been missing. We're not going to have the top pickings. We're not going to be going for Gale, Wells, all these players that are going to be going for multi-million pounds. We've just been hit, obviously, with the whole FFP thing. And they've got the EFL have got a close eye on Blues at the minute. So maybe we're planning for next season. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at where we are in the league right now, it doesn't look pretty. We're not going up. We're probably not going down. So it's time that maybe we just see what we're like with a goal scorer and try and mould our team around that. Try and grow and try and get some style of play to work, because it has been absolutely dire recently. And in all fairness, if it's a Villa player that has to come in and change this team and make us score goals, then so be it, because I'm sick and tired of watching Blues play like absolute morons at the minute. Like, seriously, there's a few standout players, a few players that do give their all. And to be fair, one of them's 16 years old. He's the player that's carrying our club forward, Jude Bellingham. And you've got to think about it. I know the manager's got a lot to do with it, motivating the players, getting a system that they believe in. I think that's part of the problem as well. But apart from that, a goal scorer is massively what we've been missing. So while we've got Pep, while we're trying to play this style of football, let's try and at least do a little bit better, shall we? I don't know. There's still a long way to go. We still need more players in. Crowley's injured. Marakti's injured. We need more to be able to play the football that we want to play effectively. So first of all, it's a loan move. It's low risk. There's not a lot of risk involved. We'll be paying a portion of his wages, maybe half. I've heard he's on 40, 50 grand a week. Hopefully we're not paying too much of that. But we do need to get a player in. And I know a lot of people were hoping for a big money transfer this window, but I feel like we've got to keep one eye on FFP at least. So when you look at low risk, you either go to the lower leagues and pick a player that's doing well there, where realistically you're still going to have to spend money. Peterborough wanted money for Ivan Toney. You've got Marcus Maddison as well. It's money still. We need, probably looking in the loan market isn't that bad of an idea, considering our season really isn't going anywhere. I feel like we should just try and find this style of football that we want to play, and then recruit a little bit more in the summer, try and make a go of it next season. However well that'll go, I don't know. Probably needs a new manager. Don't want to go on a tangent, so I won't go too much into it. There's always the potential for it to go permanent in the summer as well. Like, if he plays well for Blues, maybe it could go permanent. Maybe there's a pre-agreed thing. Doubt it, because it's Blues. Villa probably want to see how well he does, so that if he does do well, they can sell him on for a bit of a profit. A bit like what Burnley are doing now with Nahki Wells, recalling him, selling him for a bit more than they paid for him. And I know a lot of people are going to be thinking, but Joe, it's Villa. I don't want a player from Villa. And a lot of people said this when Gary Gardner came to the Blues, especially after the goal that he scored against us and the celebration that followed. But since then, it's been forgotten about. It's done, and he was a player, especially under Monk, that was solid. He played well for Blues, and he was a key part of the team. He was one of our best centre mids. Obviously, we've brought in Sunjic, we've had Jude Bellingham rise through the ranks. He's not as important now, but he's still a good player to have in the squad. You look at Scott Hogan, why can't that be any different? I know, you know, we might cost a little bit more than Gary Gardner did if we were to buy him in the summer. But just because he's from Villa, I don't think you should write him off straight away. And for me, if he scores goals, I really couldn't care less about what Villa think or have to say. We just need someone who scores goals. And to be fair, Hogan has been quoted in the Telegraph, I think, saying he didn't enjoy one bit of his time that he spent at Aston Villa. And why would he? He was scoring many, many goals for Brentford, goes to Villa, they ruin him. Coincidence? I don't know. But maybe we can revive his career. Am I being optimistic? Probably. But I have to be, or else I'll go mad. So let's take a quick look at his stats. Right, so he was at Brentford. He played 27 games and 6 off the bench as a sub. Scored 21 goals. Very good return in the Championship. He went to Villa for a big money move, played 28 games and another 28 off the bench, scored 7 goals. Didn't really work for him in that system. It's hard playing for Villa. I know it's difficult. So he's had loan moves. He went to Sheffield United, played 5 games, 3 off the bench, 2 goals. And then Stoke this season, 4 games, 9 off the bench and 3 goals. It's not the best record in the world in terms of since he left Brentford. But I feel like he needs to find the right system. Maybe he can fit into our system better than he has at Sheffield and Stoke. We've been desperate for someone with a bit of pace and someone with an eye for goal. So maybe he can be the one that actually gets us a few points this season. How many goals do you think Scott Hogan will get this season? Let me know down in the comments below. And let me know as well, are you happy with the signing if it does go through? I want to know from you. I want to hear from you. So let me know. So I know a Brentford fan, he's called Billy the Bee. He runs a little YouTube channel and podcast. Go and check it out if you want. But this is what he had to say to me. He said he's gone backwards and he weren't being harsh. He thought he was brilliant for us, but wasn't exactly a Brentford player because all he did was score. Now, it doesn't sound too bad in my eyes. He was saying the way that Brentford play, they have to press, track back and be team players. And that's something that Hogan never really was. It's not ideal, but at the end of the day, in our situation, we're not going to get anyone perfect. And when we've got 2 strikers at the minute, 2 very similar strikers, 2 very immobile strikers, as much as I love Duke as well, it'd be good to just get anyone in who knows where the goal is and can move a little bit faster than the speed of a turning bus. So overall, he said he was a great goal scorer, but when the going got tough, he wasn't there to help his mates out. Now, that's something that might frustrate Blues fans this season if they do see him play for Blues, but it's only something that time will have to tell. Maybe with his hard times, he'll be willing to put in a little bit more work. But I feel like he does need a bit of coaching as well. And I saw someone on Twitter saying as well, listen, if James Beattie was still at the club, maybe they think he could rediscover his Brentford form. Unfortunately, I think he's at home playing solitaire. So in summary, what are my thoughts on this? I think that with it being the last week of the window, our options are running pretty tight. If we want to buy someone, clubs could hold us to ransom. That's not something that I want to happen, especially when we've got nothing to play for this season other than just making sure we don't drop into the bottom 3. I think a loan move is right for Blues at this stage. I don't think it's the right time to get a big money signing. And it's a player that has previously done very well in the Championship. So, you know, if it was one that was currently doing amazing in the Championship, then he wouldn't go out on loan to us. It's as simple as that. And finally, it seems like he has signed. So let's judge him when he's played some football. Let's let him kick a ball, and we'll see how he gets on. Like, I'll take it. I'm not going to lie. A little part of me thinks he could do well at Blues if we can get our tactics right and our game management right, and maybe a different manager. But I don't really know. I think when you see Crowley get back into that squad and potentially another attacking midfielder that could replace Villalba, maybe they'll be able to link up midfield to attack a little bit. You know, Bella whipping in the balls. We've got him out wide. We've got Montero who's hit and miss. But there could be a couple more signings, hopefully at least one more, than this January transfer window, and maybe we'll see a little turn in form from Blues. The main thing is we'll have a goal scorer of some sort before we play Coventry in the replay. After that game, it was absolutely dire. I'd have taken anyone. We're getting to that stage in the transfer window right now where I would genuinely take my Uncle Tony as a signing. I'm just waiting for anyone. Give me another Bernard son. I just want someone to get excited about Blues. Seriously, I really do. But yeah, it's just a quick one from me on that matter. Separately, we've been drawn Leicester away in the FA Cup 5th round. We have to get through Coventry first, obviously, which won't be an easy task. Let me know if you're going to be going to the replay as well. I don't think there's going to be half as many people at the replay that there was in the original game, but it would be good to see if we could get a little bit of a crowd there. Also, I did a little poll on my Instagram here. It said, would you take him? 66% of you said yes, you would take him. 34% said no way. If you do want to get involved in more polls, do feel free to follow me on Instagram. It's at Brummie Joe. Little cheeky plug there. But that'll be it from me, guys. Like the video if you did enjoy. Comment with your thoughts on the transfer that should be going through any minute now. Maybe by the time I've uploaded this, it will have already happened. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell so you're informed of every single time I upload, if you can stand me for that long. And I'll catch you in the next one. Keep right... Bloody hell. Keep right on.